You can edit this.
Are you getting mad?
No, I'm not getting mad.
Okay, y'all. Yo, this is Jay Phoenix with the Oddcast Podcast Show. And I got two special guests today. My boy, Torrie D.
What up, y'all?
And my boy, Tyran. Yes, today, what we are going to be talking about are things like, does relationships change after sex? So, with that being said, you guys sit back, relax, and just enjoy what we're going to talk about. And, relax and enjoy, I guess.
Hey.
So, basically, like what I was saying, does relationships change after sex? How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I'll jump in. Hey, what up, y'all? This story. So, throughout my journey, shut up. So, throughout my journey, I've been mostly a bottom. Okay. I'm not afraid to say that, yes. But to me, I will say that a relationship does affect it if we have sex. So, in a perfect world, we're supposed to give a person time to date them before we have sex with them. But all of us, we want to know how it is that first night. So we want to know, okay, if I get it in now, I know if I really want to be with this person next week, next month, next year. So for the people, that do that on the first night, they know, okay, am I gonna really want to be with this person? But when you're a bottom or a female, you give more to yourself to a person versus a man that's on top. Because he only giving his thing. You know what I'm saying? He only giving his thing. And once he good, he go about his business. But you opening up yourself, you opening up yourself to him. So that's a lot of emotions.
And I can understand what you're saying with that, Like with, what you gonna say something, sorry? Okay, speak. Let me know what you got to get.
Oh, is it my turn?
Go ahead.
I was waiting on Torrie
we jumping
to finish his book, and then
you know what, Bob?
You chime in. I think when you talk about relationships, and then you talk about the day and age that we're in, a lot of people aren't necessarily jumping in relationships, and relationships can be defined as different things. You can have sexual relationships, you can have friendships, you can have cutawationships. If that's even a word, but we're going to make it a word because, you got cuddle buddies. Right. But then when you are in the age of, the Jack and the Grinders and the Growlers and the Craigslist and now Double List and all that other stuff, it's more or less of a hookup culture. Right. And people are hooking up more. So naturally they're jumping into these sexual situations because that's what the majority of people are seeking these days. You do have people that want to be in a relationship. Or then you got those that were in relationships and just want to be single and, having time apart. But then when you're talking like relationships turn into sexual relationships. You meet somebody and you're not thinking about being with them or, spending everyday life or getting married, but hey, we have good sex. Right. So that turns into a sexual relationship. So in that situation, I'd say yes, it does change. It changes either way because like I said, if it's sexual, then that relationship can continue on as a sexual relationship, but then that's all y'all have. Right. You don't have anything outside of that. And those can go on for years. You can have fuck buddies that y'all just enjoy each other's sex, but can you deal with each other's company outside of that?
Okay, you got valid points. And my experience with, the sexual thing in, relationships. To me, like you said, this day and age is so different. And it seems like this day and age, if you're not putting out, basically,
you getting
motherfucker, right? You know what I'm saying? A person gonna be like, okay, if I'm not getting this from you, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
And I'm spending my money on you.
You know what I'm saying? That's where it comes it becomes a big issue because there's people out there that's, looking for somebody that they can be with, that only person, but with all this other stuff going on, it's so hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, no matter what you do, how good you are to somebody, they're always going to try to find what's the next best
Because
thing out
people
there.
genuinely,
And that's
they're
just like-
looking for the next best thing. You can have everything you want in a person and be missing out on 1 or 2 or 3 things. And those 3 things is what's going to have you searching for the next person or searching for somebody that's going to do it better. But then you turn around and get into that situation and that person's lacking all those other great qualities that the person that you just did it on, you know, and hit it on their time and wouldn't start messing with somebody else, but they got what you were looking for. It might be looks, it might be finances, it could be, you know what I mean, like a personality, it could be a body type. And you get what those people you're all looking for. Meanwhile, you got that, or you had it. They probably didn't have the body, but they had the finances.
Right.
They probably had the finances, but they didn't have the look. You know, so it's kind of like, how do you all deal with situations like that in this day and age and talking relationships and everything?
I mean, I just take it as
See,
it
we put
is,
y'all
you
on the
know.
spot. Y'all ask these tough questions.
I mean, I will
let's
say-
talk about it.
I won't
Take
say
it
it
for
put
what
me
it's
on
worth,
the spot,
You know,
but I'm more cautious than I am. I'm more cautious
You have to
now
be. You
than
have to be.
what I was when
You
I
do.
was younger.
You do, and that's maturity. That's living and learning. That's learning and growing. That's, you know, it's kind of like, I would say it's not accepting bullshit, because we still end up accepting bullshit just because
We
it's
love
I don't know.
somebody.
It's like you
Love is a
either
powerful
love them
thing.
or
Love
you
is a
want that
powerful
love
thing.
or you want that affection or you want that attention, and you know, like, a lot of times in my past, you know, I've done things out of loneliness or boredom.
Yeah.
I may not have necessarily wanted to go out looking for sex or even be at home or online looking for sex, but I
Right.
might have wanted some companionship.
Right.
I might have wanted somebody to talk to, a drinking buddy, somebody
Yeah.
to smoke with, or somebody to just watch TV and do nothing with. So what
Right.
the next thing you do is you go to those apps and you look and you're searching, and it's the same people all at the same time, and you ain't gonna answer for Dina?
recording right now. Okay, yes, we still on air. Excuse me, y'all. I had a little call. But yes, we back on track.
Bam.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, you have very, very valid points. But see, I take it to a whole nother dimension of it. My whole thing is why? Why? If you get, what I'm saying is, you get with somebody, then everything is great in the beginning, and then once y'all together, then things start going downhill. You know what I'm saying?
It plays a lot of things plays in part, especially so when you've been with someone for a long time. I would say like so in this gay lifestyle, being together 2 weeks is a long time. But when you've actually put time into a person, so like let's say 6 months, you put in 6 months time, you put in sex, you've put in money, you've put in time, you've put in sacrifice, you've put in so many things in one person, because that person you're with may say, hey, you know what, you can't be with nobody else. I'm the only person you should be with. You're the only person that I want to be with. So then you have to think about it. Okay, am I gonna put my eggs in one basket? Financially, I need to, because I can't sit up here and finance myself plus the person that I'm with mainly plus another person and another. So of course, like, hell yeah, that all of that takes place in your emotional state, especially when the sex is off the chain.
Oh my God.
If he has the dick of gold.
Ooh.
I mean,
The magic stick.
the magic stick. And then as you get older with this person, you got, and if years come between y'all, then you have to think about it. Okay, look, we've been together this long. Like, we need to either get it together and make it work and make it right, or we just gonna say, you know what, this ain't nothing but what it was, and we gonna let it go.
And you know what else too? To piggyback off what you're saying, you know, I felt like, you know, I have a lot to offer, and I feel like sometimes guys are intimidated. When a guy's intimidated by what you have to offer, you know what I'm saying, it can create a lot of mess, because maybe he might feel like, okay, well, this person does not need me that much, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, not like, they don't need me as much as how they used to, or whatever, so they feel like, okay, I need to go out and find somebody that does need me. You know what I'm saying? Making that person that you were once with feel some type of way. But you know, I mean, I try my hardest to be the best person to anybody.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and it's just like I guess it's this day and age where people just
That's not what they're wanting. And then you gotta look into the type of guys that gay people are attracted to. They're naturally attracted to the more masculine side of things.
Trade.
The trade, the thugs, the boys, you know, which are people's husbands, which are boyfriends and baby
It's like a
daddies
rush.
and stuff like that. And then you got, and it all falls under the umbrella of dealing with down low men. So you're dealing with those men because they're more, you know, attractive to you. But the reality of it is they're only using. They're using you for sex. And they're going and dipping out on their wives and baby mamas and everything to come and use you for your goods, you know.
Right.
And they starting to like it all. They want it all these days, and they want to go back home and, you know, go back home to their happy little lives and they happy
Because
little
they're not
lives.
going to leave you.
They ain't gonna leave you because you got until they find the next best thing. Until they find somebody else that might be licking them or sucking them or
doing the most.
Right.
you know, doing the most on them. You know, you're not available as you once was, or you know, just like whatever that's not what they want. So you would think they might fall in love with you while y'all in the act and the sex and every damn thing else and promise you the world. But the minute that nut busts,
it's a whole
That's a whole
other
story.
dip and run and go. I gotta go pick my kids up. You know, my wife gonna be coming home. Or I got to go back to work. You know what I mean? Type of shit. And that's what it is. So they're not really wanting those relationships. So I guess my question would be, when you find that person that is willing to be in a relationship with you, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying about them not having everything that you would want in a person, but they got all these other qualities. How do you deal with them, and do you be in a full-on committed relationship with them, or are you also seeking something else on the side?
You know what I'm saying?
I answer that. So when you're with somebody, and so we've always had standards. I can say I've had a standard for a long time. Throughout the years, a little of my standard have chipped off because I realized that I can't have this perfect person. I can't build this person the way I want them to be. So I have to sit up here and I have to bag and I have to think, what is it that I want for myself from a man that I would want in my life? And as time changed, I had to be like, okay, well, I can't get this person because of this. So then now my thing is, I just want somebody that's going to be able to provide for me, and that's going to be able to be there emotionally for me, and that's going to be there sexually for me, and that's going to really make me happy and support me. That's really all that I want. And don't hit me. We're not going to fight because I'm grown. I know how to handle myself as a man. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey, I'm not finna start fights. I'm not finna throw irons and nothing at you. Like, I know how to handle business without having to fight. So if I'm with somebody that I have to fight with, we gotta go. And it's on. You can go about your own damn business. Yeah. I've done it before, and I don't want to do it again. But when you finally meet somebody that holds a little bit of your qualities, who also is beautiful inside and out, my nigga run with that shit. And they're willing to marry you. They're willing to marry you. They're willing to be with you in public. Like, you can't get that out of a lot of men. Especially taking pictures and posting it online. Like, a lot, that right there, I've always had problems with that. And everybody can say, Torrie, you so beautiful, you so handsome, you so this, you so that. I've always had problems when I dated somebody who didn't want to take pictures with me and let's not post them. So, you know, for me to actually have someone that's willing to do that with me, that makes me happy, and that makes me willing to go the extra mile with him.
Right. And that's totally understandable.
Is it like you feel like it's because you're being recognized in that sense, or it's the world? Is it a drink break? Can we?
I'm for the drink while we on air.
Well, I'm thirsty too, but I got you.
Pass that. Go down. Because he been eyeing it out the whole interview.
You know, everything that we talking about right now, like, I mean, it's very valid, you know. And
have you been in a relationship and cheated?
yeah, of course. And the reason I did cheat was because I felt like I wasn't getting what I was getting. So, you know what I'm saying? I cheated.
Have you been in a relationship and cheated?
Yes.
I'm not proud of it, but
I'm human. I have my mistakes.
Things happen.
And you're not supposed to do tit for tat.
No.
But, you know.
You have to redeem yourself. Like, you know, I've been sitting around, been getting treated like this.
I cheated on man, not God, okay? I've cheated on man, not God.
You guys are cheaters. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here.
Hold on, wait a minute back. You
said we are cheaters.
That's not you guys are cheaters.
So you ain't never cheated?
I'm on camera. No, I have not cheated.
Oh my God, you lying to the damn world.
I have not.
Don't do
Top 4 worldwide. You gotta make yourself know.
First of all,
I've cheated.
Top 4 worldwide does not support cheaters.
Exactly. No, neither does Oddcast Podcast.
Oh,
all men cheat.
So y'all don't support yourself. Y'all the creators and y'all just admitted to being cheaters.
But we admitted to it because we real. But
I have reasons.
We're telling
you
why
just
you cheat.
Okay, it's not tit for tat, but you have reasons. What do you
Yes.
mean you have reasons? What are your reasons? What were your reasons for cheating at the
Because-
present time? Just take me back to one of your relationships and the reason that you cheated.
So I was in a 5-year relationship.
Okay.
So I was 17. I was with this guy who was 23. I found out he was cheating with me on somebody on a day that I was with him. And he ended up dropping me off and going over to dude's house and getting his thing sucked by the dude. But I didn't find out till some months later. So that's when I started cheating. But yeah, we ended up being together for 5 years, cheating on each other. And it wasn't good. It wasn't right. But I was young.
I would like to thank you guys very, very much for, you know, letting me talk to you guys about, you know, certain things that, you know, I felt was important to talk about.
You're welcome.
And, you know, maybe we can do some more. Well, not maybe, but we are going to do some more collabing. So, you know.
All these sounds going on.
You know, we just got a lot going on.
Let's be more professional.
But anyway, y'all, thank y'all so much. And you guys stay tuned.
That was fun. So, okay.
We gotta